we have responded to more than 20 emergency programs. And with our development programs also, like as sir said, this is a child right organization. And we have reached to somewhere around 5,000 schools, Anganwadi centers and community with the disaster preparedness, working with those community on the disaster planning, all those issues. So since we are an implementing organization, I would mostly like to talk about our experiences, what we saw at the ground level, what kind of program we have implemented, what kind of challenges we have faced, and also some of the suggestions also what came out after implementing all those programs, to put all those things here also on the table. Should I do this? Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Can you please confirm if you can hear me from the back? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So I just want to share two examples and that also show the kind of challenges in journey. So the first example which is working on the school safety, children's safety in the school, which we started in Rajasthan, and later on this has been adopted by many state governments in a different form. So this was technical support to the Social Justice and Empowerment Department, and this happened from 2017 to 2019. And if you remember, there was a time somewhere in 2018 where there was a lot of media talks about the safety of the children into the schools and how the schools can be made a safe place for the children. And there was some incident happened in the NCR region, and a lot of discussions happening around those issues. So with the government of Rajasthan, this initiative has started, and we try to understand what are the key issues, what are the problems actually which is holding back children's security into the school, safety into the school. And then when we started this further digging up the things, we found that there are multiple issues. It's a very complex kind of the problem. So the problem starts from the top. So if you see at the top level, there are multiple guidelines available on the children's safety into the school. So some were issued by the CBSE, another was the NCRT, the third one is with the NCPCR, there is another guideline, another directive which Honorable Court has issued. So multiple guidelines, but most of the guidelines were talking about more or less the same thing. But the problem was the language, as sir was mentioning, we need to simplify everything. So all those guidelines mostly written into very high level, fancy kind of language, mostly in terms of the legal kind of the language, So that was one. The another challenge was that guidelines were very comprehensive. So talking starting from the infrastructure to some behavior change kind of initiative. Now you imagine a poor principal running a small school, government or private school. For him, it's very difficult. One is to understand those guidelines, what exactly those guidelines were talking about, and secondly, having that capacity to address all